Princess Saley thrust her chin high as the greeting line shuffled forward on the Veyron Orbital Station's grand promenade. Humans always arrived last, a concession to their fragile egos. She fixed her gaze on the lone figure approaching, Evan Cole, the human envoy. Short, bipedal, skin pale under the artificial lights. No armor, no entourage, just a simple tunic, and that infuriating calm expression. "Welcome to Vera Prime Station, Envoy Cole," she announced, her voice amplified by the station's comms for all 200 dignitaries to hear. "Though I wonder if a soft-world pet belongs among warriors." Laughter rippled from the Veyron delegation. Ambassador Talon Kor stiffened beside her, but Saley ignored him. Let the human squirm. Let him beg for respect. Her ancestors denied his kind. Evan stopped 2 paces away. His eyes met hers. Flat, unreadable. No flush of anger. No stammered defense. He reached into his tunic, pulled out his access badge, flipped it toward the nearest attendant who fumbled the catch. Then Evan turned. Walked straight for the exit archway. Not a word. Not a glance back. Saley's mandibles clicked in shock.
"Stop him!" Guards surged forward, but Evan slipped through the crowd like water. The archway's doors hissed open.
He vanished into the corridor. The promenade erupted. Dignitaries whispered. Veyron nobles shot her glances laced with doubt. "Highness," Ambassador Kor barked. His scaled hand slammed a panel on his wrist gauntlet. Red lights pulsed across the ceiling. A station-wide chime blared. Protocol freeze engaged. All transit halted. Await clearance. Doors sealed throughout the station. Elevators ground to a stop. The promenade's massive viewports dimmed to privacy mode. Chaos froze mid-stride. Saley whirled on Kor. "What is this foolishness?" "Release it." Kor's eyes narrowed, his voice low.
"Highness, that was our only human envoy."
"The treaty requires his signature. 12 hours remain until the alliance window closes. You just ejected our bridge to the coalition." Her guards clustered close, awaiting orders. "Fetch him," she snapped. "Drag the pet back if needed. Seal his quarters." The lead guard saluted, tentacles coiling tight. "At once, Highness." Saley paced as the freeze held. Her tail lashed the polished deck. Soft-world pet. The slur fit. Humans hailed from low-grav worlds, bodies unsuited for Veyron hives or void combat. They sent diplomats, not soldiers, relics of a species too weak for real stars. Minutes dragged. Kor monitored his gauntlet feeds.
"Engineering reports nominal, but the Cultural Exchange Corps, a comm pinged."
Chief Engineer Brask's gravelly voice filled her earpiece. "Princess, we have a cascade in the grav plating relays. Human spec tolerance is failing. The Envoy's team calibrated them yesterday." Saley's crest flared. "Fix it yourself, Brask." "Your Veyron, attempting reroute. But their tolerances are precise, non-standard. Without Cole's codes, we risk hull stress." Kor cleared his throat. "Highness, Evan Cole isn't just a face. He integrated our xenotech with human adaptability protocols. The treaty hinges on this exchange proving compatibility." The lead guard returned, face ashen. "Highness." His quarters cleared, packed in under 5 minutes. No trace. Saley's blood chilled. Prepared. The human had anticipated her slight. "Scan the station. He's trapped in the freeze." Kor shook his head. "Evan carries a master override fob. Standard for envoys. He could be anywhere." Brask's voice cut in again. Relays at 40% integrity. Bulkheads groaning. "We need those codes now." Saley clenched her fists. The promenade's nobles watched, judgment in their stares. Her father's legacy, uniting the Veyron hives against pirate swarms, rode on this treaty. Fail, and the coalition withdrew aid. Vera crumbled. "Release the freeze," she ordered. "Targeted sectors only. Find him." Kor complied. Lights brightened in waves. Transit resumed in key zones. Guards fanned out. Tricorders humming. "Dodd." Saley stormed toward engineering, Kor and 2 guards trailing. The station thrummed under her boots, a beast straining its chains. Her prejudice had been a spark. Now flames licked the treaty's edge. Engineering bay doors parted with a hiss. Sparks flew from a console. Brask hunched over a holographic grid, his forearms juggling tools. Veyron techs swarmed conduits, scales glistening with coolant sweat.
"Status," Saley demanded.
Brask didn't look up. Grav relay spiking. Human calibration compensated for our phase variance. Without it, the station warps under spin. A tech yelped as a panel blew. Alarms wailed. Kor tapped his gauntlet. Evan's fob signal. Faint. Lower decks.
Near the auxiliary core.
Siley's tail snapped.
What?
Guards. Converge. Bring him intact. They bolted. Siley followed, pulse racing. How had a soft-world weakling outmaneuvered her? Lower decks smelled of ozone and lubricant. Pipes snaked overhead, humming with power. Guards' boots echoed. A guard raised his tricorder. Signal here. Cargo Bay 7. They burst in. Dim lights. Crates stacked high. In the center, Evan Cole knelt by an open-access hatch. Tools spread before him. His hands moved with steady precision, tightening a relay node, rerouting a cable. He didn't flinch at their entrance, just glanced up, wiped grease on his tunic, and sealed the hatch.
You, Siley snarled.
Return now. Your treaty awaits. Evan stood, dusting his hands. His voice stayed even. My access is revoked. Call your pet back. Guards leveled stunners. Cora raised a hand. Evan. The grav relays. Failing. We need your codes. Evan picked up his toolkit, slung it over his shoulder, saw the cascade on my way out. Fixed the root cause. Your phase locks were drifting. Adjusted for Veyron tolerances. Brask pushed through the guards, eyes wide. You? Bypassed our overrides? Without station access? Evan nodded once. Standard protocol. Humans build redundancies. A deck tremor ceased. The hum evened. Alarms silenced. Brask scanned the hatch. It's holding. Perfect sync. He turned to Siley, respect etching his scales. Highness, this man just saved the station. Alone. Siley's mandibles parted. No grovel, no boast. Just results. The human's arms bore no tremble from the low-deck chill. His gaze held hers, patient, unyielding. Cor stepped forward.
Evan, the treaty. Your signature seals it.
Please. Looked at his badge, still clipped to the guard's belt. Revoke the slur first. Or I walked to my shuttle. Guards shifted. Siley felt the weight of eyes. Brask's admiration. Cor's plea. Her own guard's uncertainty. The promenade feeds broadcast live. The station watched, her crest flattened. Pride warred with necessity. Coalition fleets en route. You are no pet, she said, voice steady. Envoy Cole, your competence honors Vera. Evan extended a hand. Not for the badge. For a shake, human custom. She hesitated. Then clasped it, his grip firm, calloused. No weakness, Brask chuckled. Now that's a calibration. Cor exhaled. Freeze lifted. Promenade awaits. Evan released her hand. Lead on.
As they ascended, Siley's mind raced. The soft-worlder had forced her script to shatter.
Competence, not crowns. The treaty deadline ticked closer, but now with a bridge rebuilt. In the bay's shadows, a faint comm light blinked on Evan. Sally kicked open the exchange wing's main hatch. Her guards fanned out, pulse rifles humming to life. Seal all exits. Now. The team moved like clockwork. Bulkheads hissed shut across the curved corridor. Holo panels flashed red. Lockdown Protocol Alpha. Veyron efficiency at work. No soft-worlder would slip this net. Highness, Sergeant Vec rasped through his comm, mandibles clicking. Human last sighted near the promenade kiosks. He's alone. No weapons. Siley's crest flared. Evan Cole. The human envoy who dared question her authority during the welcome feast. Called her assumptions noise, as if a princess bowed to a pet species diplomat. Treaty or no, he'd kneel or face isolation protocols. Flush him out, she snapped. Full sweep. Drones to vents. Drones word from alcoves, scanning thermal signatures. Guards pounded down side passages, boots echoing off polished deck plates. Siley strode ahead, her royal sash rippling. The exchange wing gleamed. Veyron crystal lattices pulsing with station power. Human quarters lay dead ahead, door sealed. She punched the override. The panel sparked but held. Brute force it. Vec's team slammed breaching charges. The door buckled inward, empty. Bunks, neat. Datapad dark on the table. A half-eaten ration bar sat abandoned. Frack, Vec growled. He's moving. Contact spiked. Contact. Maintenance junction B7. Human male evading. Sally's mandibles parted in a snarl. Maintenance corridors. The human had no clearance. Digital locks should bar him cold. She tapped her wrist comm. Cole. Surrender. Your evasion insults Vera. Comply or forfeit treaty talks. Silence. Then station-wide broadcast. Her voice echoed through speakers. Still nothing. Regroup on me, she ordered.
He's rabbiting to the underdecks. They double-timed it, sealing hatches behind.
Drones relayed feeds. Grainy images of a lanky figure ducking into a service grate. Human. Cole. No panic in his stride. Just purpose. How? They ran systems, locked digital paths, biometrics, codes, failsafes. Yet there he went, vanishing into the guts. Siley crested a stairwell. Air grew thick, laced with ozone from power relays. Pipes thrummed overhead. Her team bottlenecked a narrow tube. Fan out. Hatch C-12 ahead. Vex drone pinged ahead. Thermal lock.
He's there!
Saley's pulse quickened. Competence demanded results. She'd drag him back, groveling. The coalition watched. Her father's legacy hung on this exchange. Humans. Fragile, impulsive. Underestimators of hierarchy. They burst into the service bay. Dim strips lit rusted grates. A service hatch yawned at the far bulkhead. Half-open toolkit spilled beside it. And there, Evan Cole, crouched, prying at a panel.
Grease smeared his jumpsuit, no rifle.
Just a scavenged hydrospanner. Envoy Cole.
Siley's voice cut the hum.
Guards leveled rifles. Danned. You breach protocol. Lockdown is royal decree. Evan straightened slow. Wiped his hands on his thighs. His eyes, flat blue, unblinking, met hers. No flinch. Princess, your lockdown missed the analog maps. She blinked. Analog? Faded placards lined the walls. Pre-digital relics. Yellowed paper under plasticele. Routes for emergency crews. No holo-links. He'd read them. Navigated blind to Veyron glyphs. Vex snorted. Clever pet. Evan ignored him. I'm heading to my shuttle. Treaty signings off till respect's on the table. Siley's crest flattened. Respect? You evade my guard. Question my right. I am Vera's blood. You serve the exchange. He stepped forward. Guards tensed. Evan raised empty palms. One condition. Treat me as envoy. Not pet. Basic words. Then we talk.
Her mandibles clicked fury.
Words?
He demanded parity. Humans begged in their histories. Crude wars, fragile ships.
Veyrons built empires on unyielding order. Compliance now, she hissed. Or guards escort you. In cuffs.
Evan's gaze held. Steady.
The station groaned faintly. Low-deck vibration she'd ignored. His eyes flicked to a blinking panel behind her. Warning glyph. Power flux in docks. Princess. His tone stayed even. 12 hours to deadline. Lock me down. Fleets arrive empty-handed. Your call. Vac shifted. Highness. Cuff him. Saeli's grip tightened on her sidearm. Eyes bored into her. No tremble. No bluff. He bypassed their net with scraps and signs. Competence gleamed in his grease-streaked face. She waved Vake back. Speak your piece. Quick. Evan shouldered past the toolkit. Docks. Shuttle bay. Follow or don't.
He moved. Casual stride, brushing her guard's line.
They parted, stunned. Saley snarled. Stop. Evan paused at the hatch. Looked back. Respect first. Envoy Cole does it. Mandibles ground. Pride burned. But the treaty? Coalition envoys inbound. Her script cracked.
Fine, she spat. Envoy Cole.
March.
He nodded once. Pushed through the hatch. Saley's team surged after. But Evan accelerated, ducking pipes, reading faded signs. They lost seconds in the maze. Flank him, she barked. Vex drone feed stuttered. Lost visual. He's faster. Faster? In Veyron tunnels? Saeli pounded after, crest throbbing. The humans slipped their net. Again. Alarms whooped distant. Dock sector. Red lights pulsed. Her comm crackled. Highness. Power cascade. Engineering emergency. Brask's voice cut in.
Shields failing. Human in the bay?
Evan. Heading there. Not shuttle.
Fix.
She crested the final grate. Docks sprawled below. Shuttles dark. Conduits sparking. Evan dropped to a catwalk, spanner out, alone against the storm. Her guards halted. Vec whistled blow. He's diving in. Saley's mandibles parted. No grovel. No call for help. Just action. The human bypassed more than lockdown. He bypassed assumption. Station shuddered. Sparks flew. Evan vanished into the fray. In the bay's shadows, a faint comm light blinked on Evan's wristband.
Incoming hail from Coalition Command. Saeli gripped the rail.
Watched him work. The net had slipped. Completely. Evan wrenched the access panel free. Arcing conduits spat plasma. They ran shielding, finest in Coalition, crumbling under flux overload. He yanked analog schematics from his pocket, scanned pre-arrival memorized. Humans did that. Prepared. Footfalls echoed above. Princess's team.
"Override here," he muttered. Jammed the spanner into relays.
Cross-wired manual bypass. Spark stanced. No time for finesse. Power stabilized. One node. Then two. Alarms dulled.
He straightened. Sally's silhouette framed the hatch.
Eyes wide. "Envoy Cole," she said. Voice tight. No slur. He clipped the spanner to his belt, met her gaze. Fixed. Guards murmured. Vec lowered his rifle. Sally's crest rose slow.
"You... knew?"
Evan nodded to faded dock charts. Flux from Shuttle Bay.
Hit before it spread.
Brask burst from a side tube, scales gleaming sweat.
Stabilized. How? Evan shrugged. Bossix. The princess stepped forward. No demand. Just watch. Treaty deadline ticked. Respect? Earning fast. But that comm blinked, klaxons shrieked. Red lights strobed across the bay. Dock 9's massive blast doors slammed down, trapping the Veyron shuttle mid-docking cycle. Metal groaned as the docking clamps locked in place. Too tight, too fast. Evan's wrist comm blinked faster now.
"Coalition Command! Urgent!"
He ignored it. Shuttle first. Lives hung in that crush. Chief Engineer Brask shoved past guards, scales bristling. "Purge the locks. Full emergency vent." His voice boomed over the din. Crew scrambled to consoles.
Brask spun spotted Evan.
"Human. Stay back. This is Veyron Systems. Your hands off." Evan stepped forward anyway. The shuttle's hull buckled audibly, a deep grinding screech from the actuator servos. He knew that sound. Faulty feedback loop. Purge won't work. Actuators jammed. Shuttle's crushing itself. Brask's eyes narrowed. "Out." He planted himself in the access hatch, toolkit raised like a shield. Guards flanked him, crests flaring. Princess Saeli pushed through the cluster, Ambassador Talon at her elbow. Her robes swirled in the venting air. "Engineer Brask, report. Impact from debris field, Highness. Shuttle stranded mid-cycle. Clamps overriding safeties. Purge sequence armed." Brask glared at Evan. Human interference not needed. Evan didn't argue. He yanked open a rusted wall cabinet beside the hatch. Dust puffed out. Inside, faded manual schematics printed on thick foil. Veyron backups for when digital failed. He unrolled one, tracing lines with a finger. Docked shuttle schematics. Actuator assembly, port side. The screech pitched higher.
Shuttle frame whined. Someone inside screamed over open comms.
Sally's crest twitched. She eyed the schematic in Evan's grip. "What are you doing, Envoy?" "Listening." Evan cocked his head. The sound shifted. Hydraulic hiss under the grind. "Stuck actuator. Number 4. Feedback seized. Purge blows the whole dock." Brask snorted. "Sensors show full cycle lock." Evan tapped the foil. Analog confirms.
"Bypass here." Talon leaned in, scanning the print.
He's right. Saeli's gaze flicked from schematic to shuttle. Hull dented inward. Deadline loomed. Treaty sign-off in hours. No shuttle. No Veyron delegation planetside.
Exchange collapsed. Brask. She snapped.
"Stand aside." "Highness." 1 minute. Her voice cut steel. Envoy Cole enters. Alone. Guards. Weapons down. Brask hesitated. Muttered curses in Veyron guttural. Stepped back. Evan clipped the schematic to his belt. Nodded once. Slipped through the hatch. Heat blasted him. Plasma residue scorched the air. Shuttle loomed, clamps vice tight around its midsection. Actuator housing glowed red. Seized solid.
He scanned for tools. Veyron kit, locked behind Brask.
Improvise. Grabbed a loose strut from the deck. Discarded from earlier repairs. Tested flex. Solid. Jammed one end into the actuator seam. Leaned his weight. Nothing. Sound guided him. Whine peaked. Twisted the strut, wedged against the override pin. Human muscle strained. Veyron's built for precision, not brute leverage. Strut bent.
"Pin grated. 30 seconds.
Solly's voice crackled over intercom.
Evan grunted. Ramped torque. Sweat-stung eyes. Pin shifted. Half centimeter. Then popped free. Actuator. Hissed. Clamps retracted with a thunderous clank. Shuttle side. Hull popping straight. Evan yanked the strut free. Backed out. Hatch sealed behind him. Bay fell silent but for cooling fans. Brask rushed the console. Cycle complete. Shuttle secure. No casualties. Guards stared. Talon exhaled. Slow. Solly's crest lay flat. A Veyron tell for shock. She met Evan's eyes. No slur. No command.
Identified it? By sound?
Earth docks get debris hits weekly. Schematics don't change. Brask circled the schematic still on Evan's belt. Snatch it gentle. Analog backups. Forgot we stocked these. His scales smoothed. Good ear, human. Saved my purge in the dock.
Treaty fleet inbound. Treaty fleet inbound?
Your shuttle's clear now. Delegation lands on time. Evan's wrist comb buzzed insistent. He tapped it. Hollow flickered. Coalition Admiral Reyes, stern face. Cole. Status, deadline critical. Veyron's pulling back. Negative. Evan glanced at Siley. Dock secure. Shuttle docked. Exchange proceeds. Reyes nodded sharp. Heard about the flux fix. Keep it tight. Link cut. Siley stepped closer. Voice low. You carry our schematics. Pre-arrival. Standard prep. Evan rolled shoulders. Treaty binds us. No assumptions. Her eyes lingered on the strut. Bent. Discarded now. Assumptions. Costly. Crest. Rose. Fraction. Not full respect. Seed planted. Brask waved his team. Debrief in engineering. Human join us? Evan nodded. Followed. Ambassador Talon pulled Saley aside as they walked. Highness, the envoy's proven twice now. Flux. Then clamps. Adaptable. She watched Evan's back. Strut marks on his gloves. Adaptable. Yes. Prejudice cracked, but pride held. Deadline pressed. Trust? Not yet earned full. Evan entered engineering tube. Consoles hummed. Brask unrolled fresh schematics. Show me your bypass. Flux relay, same principle? Evan leaned in, pointed. Explained. Siley lingered at the hatch. Listened. Guards shifted uneasy. No rifles raised. Hours ticked. Treaty holos flickered on walls. Signatures pending. Veyron delegation shuttled down clean. Exchange alive. But Evan's comb blinked again.
New Hail. Not coalition.
Veyron source. Unknown.
He tapped accept. Face appeared. Coalition Fringe Lord.
Smiling too wide, Envoy Cole. Heard you play hero. Care to discuss alternatives to this treaty? Evan's jaw set. Froze the hollow. Glanced back. Siley watching. Game just escalated. Evan jabbed the comm freeze. Hollow shattered to static. The Fringe Lord's smile vanished. He blocked the source. Coalition Fringe. Treaty saboteur. No time for games.
Siley's gaze burned into his back from the hatch.
Guards tensed. Evan pocketed the comm. Turned to Brask. Test it live. Brask nodded. Claws danced over console. Flux relay hummed steady. No spikes. Veyron tech purred under human tweak. Clean, Brask grunted. Your margins, tight.
Evan wiped strut grime from gloves.
Team effort. Comm chimed again. Royal seal flashed. Envoy Cole. Report to private chambers. Immediately. Princess Saley.
Evan tapped decline. Refused.
Formal review required first. Sent. Brask raised a crest. Bold. Treaty protocol, Evan said. Prejudice logs first. He strode to the briefing tube. Ambassador Talon Kor waited at the holotable. Scrolls unrolled. Evan dropped into seat. Uploaded incident report. Prior slurs, flux sabotage ignored. Now suspicious off-channel hail. Kor's frills flattened. Envoy. This escalates. Keeps it fair, Evan said. No games. Competence decides. Hatch hissed open. Siley stormed in. Crest flared high. Robes swirling. Guards flanked her. Spears low. You refuse me? Kor rose. Highness. She slashed a claw. Silence. This human insults Veyron honor. Dismiss the report, now. Evan leaned back, arms crossed. Held her stare, no flinch. Saley's eyes narrowed. Speak. Or be confined. Protocol, Evan said. Flat. Shared credit. Sign it or exchange ends. Deadline hits tomorrow. Core blinked. Envoy, Evan pulled fresh holopad. Typed fast. 3 lines glowed. 1. Joint tasks. Equal input. 2. Credit by results. No titles override. 3. No prejudice terms. Violations logged.
He pressed thumbprint.
Signed first. Pad spun to her. Sayuli's crest twitched. Glanced at Treaty Hollow. Signatures read, clock ticking. Veyron shuttle grounded if this blew.
Exchange dead.
You demand rules from royalty? Her voice cracked sharp.
Evan met her eyes. Earned respect.
Not demanded. Sign. Brask slipped in behind guards. Watched, silent. Core held breath. Sally hovered claw over pad. Pride warred with clock. Fringe threats loomed unspoken. Evan's block hadn't fooled her. She'd seen the hail. Fine. Claw stamped. Protocol active. Joint rotation starts now. Engineering bay. Flux array full audit. Evan nodded. Stood. Lead on. They marched to engineering. Sily's guards trailed wary. Brask fell in beside Evan. Struts next. Your clamp mod. Show me yours first, Evan said. Veyron dampers. Integrate. Sayli shot ahead, snapped at consoles.
Team. Human. Joins.
Audit every node. Evan knelt by flux core. Scam schematics, pointed flaw, micro vibration in relays. Shimmet.
Sali leaned over.
Crest low. Your fix again? Test data.
Stop to tall.
Tightened.
Hollow readouts green. Brascomb approval.
Humans sense it. Vibration blind to us. Hours blurred. Tasks rotated. Evan on clamps. Sali on power grids. Brask bridging. No slurs. Credit flowed. Evan's bypass named Colvera Stabilizer. Sally's grid tweak earned nod. Princess Precision. Deadline hollow stabilized.
Signatures green-edged. Evans comm buzzed private.
Core's voice. Fringe Lord pinged delegation. Your block flagged you. Evan glanced up.
Sayeli caught it. Crest perked.
That hail?
Alternatives to treaty, Evan said. Low. Handled. Her eyes flicked to his gloves. Clean now. Strut marks faded. You refuse summons. Block lords. Ticks what we miss. Team does, Evan said. Brask clapped shoulder. Rotation works. Next. Shuttle seals. Siley straightened. Voice steady. Agreed. Envoy, Evan. Your station. Prejudice thawed. Competence bridged, but comb blinked again. Fringe Lord's proxy. Message. Hero plays rough. Meet or treaty burns. Evan deleted it. Sazelli saw. Shared glance. No words. Game on. Allies forming. They dove into seals. Veyron precision met human grit. Array locked tight. Core hailed all. Signatures viable. Shuttle preps.
Sayali turned to Evan.
But Fringe. Evan pulled schematics. Audit their shuttle logs. Find leverage. She nodded sharp. Crest rose full. Brask grinned fangs. Humans pivot fast. Deadline loomed. Treaty breathed. Respect? Building. Evan's quorum lit. Lord's face furious. Call! You? Siley snatched it. Froze hollow herself. Hours now. Rules reset. Game escalated. They won this round. Joint crew swelled. Veyrons watched human hands weave fixes. Whispers spread. He earns it. Siley handed tool. Your bypass? Scale it ship-wide? Evan took it. Show me the grid. Claws and fingers meshed. Competence spoke. Titles faded. Fringe threat circled. But protocol stood. Exchange alive. Trust. One fix at a time. Brask unrolled final schematic. Full system. All hands. Evan leaned in. Sayeli beside. Clock ticked. Victory edged closer. Princess Sayli jabbed a claw at the flickering hollow display. Envoy Cole. Sector 7 recyclers. Catalog every unit. Lowest priority task. Do it. No flinch. He dropped through the access hatch. Boots clanged on grated decking 3 levels down. Air grew thick, laced with ozone and faint rot. Recyclers thrummed in the dim bulkhead row. Massive cylinders pulsing blue light, processing station waste into raw feedstock. Goal clear log serials, efficiencies, faults. Simple grunt scan. He popped the first panel. Scanner's word. Unit 7. Alpha. Nominal, 98% throughput. Siley's voice echoed in his comm. Varen protocol demands precision. Acknowledged.
He moved to 7 beta.
Log scrolled clean, but pressure gauge twitched odd. 0.2 bars high. He cross-checked inflow. Contaminant spike. Trace organics, unfiltered. Not nominal. He traced pipes. Backup valve stuck. Half-inch corrosion eating the seal. One breach, and tainted slurry floods the mains. Station-wide shutdown. Life support cascades. Evan yanked his multi-tool. Clamps bit metal, he bypassed the valve, rerouting clean flow from auxiliary tanks. Alarms blipped warning. Then silenced. Throughput stabilized. Green across the board. He sealed the panel. Logged the fix. Contamination fault isolated. Reroute active. Recommend full diagnostic cascade. Next unit. And easy to understand.
Same glitch pattern. He repeated. Scan. Bypass.
5 units in. The deck shuddered. Main recyclers groaned overload. Klaxons wailed. Contamination breach imminent. Evacuate sectors 6, 8. Evan keyed his comm. Engineering, Cole here. Sector 7 recyclers compromised. I've isolated 4 units. Reroute holding. Static crackled. Chief Engineer Brask's growl cut through. Human. Recyclers are auxiliary. Stay clear. Too late. Flow's stable.
Check your mains. Brask's team boots thundered closer.
The Veyron burst through the hatch, scaled hide gleaming under emergency strobes, fangs bared in focus. 4 techs trailed, claws clutching scanners. Brask loomed over Evan's panel. Scanned. Crest flared high. By the voids. Valve cascade failure. You caught the precursor? Evan wiped grease from hands. Flow anomaly. Corrosion chain. Rerouted to aux. Brask tapped his comm. All teams. Sector 7 secure. He pulled Evan's log. Eyes narrowed, then widened. You flagged the pattern before it propagated? Standard trace protocol. Evan shrugged. Followed the numbers. Brask spun to his techs. Copy this method. Every recycler bank now. Human cascade check, run it grid-wide. Tech scrambled, claws flying over pads. One mimicked Evan's bypass exactly. Whispers hissed. It works. Human saw it first. Evan stepped back. Watched them adapt. Varen precision meshed with his hack. Faster purges, tighter logs.
Deck hatches hissed open higher up. Princess Saley descended, Ambassador Kor at her flank.
Her crest lay flat, eyes locked on the scene. Techs ignored her, heads in panels, echoing Evan's steps. Saley halted mid-stride. Brask. Report, Princess. Brask didn't look up. Straightened from a unit. Cole prevented blackout. His method, superior trace. Teams adopting. Sally's claws flexed. She scanned a tech's pad. Evan's exact sequence glowing. The tech nodded to Evan. Your bypass, envoy. Scaled it to Delta Rho. Evan met her stare. Neutral. Just the job. Kor cleared his throat scales. Princess deadline looms. Treaty signatures in 12 cycles. This competence stabilizes the station. Saley's gaze flicked to the stabilized gauges. Blue lights pulsed steady. No alarms.
Her crest twitched upward, reluctant. He was assigned cataloging.
Not fixing. Brask snorted. Results catalog themselves, Highness. Human pivoted. We follow. Tex murmured agreement. One-handed Evan a scanner. Next bank envoy? Your lead. Siley watched Evan take it. No bow, no plea. He nodded thanks and knelt to the next panel. Tex clustered around him. Her voice sharpened. Envoy. Explain your insight. Evan didn't pause. Tool word. Traced back. Humans drill redundancies. Veyrons build perfect until corrosion sneaks. Brask chuckled fangs. Perfect assumes no wear. He proved otherwise. Siley's tail lashed once. She stepped closer. Watched his hands weave the bypass. Precise.
Unhurried. Station hummed smoother already. Air fresher, lights steady.
Kor leaned in. Fringe proxy circle. Princess. Station falter. Treaty dies. Cole's fix buys time. She straightened. Crest half risen.
Very well. Continue.
But her eyes lingered on Evan. Authority's edge dulled. Tex deferred to the human now, not her word. Comm blinked. Ambassador's channel. Shuttle prep advances. but waste systems clear. Next, seals? Brask grinned. Rotation works. Seals await.
Xylee straightened beside them.
Agreed. Envoy. Evan, your station. Prejudice thawed. Competence bridged. But her personal comm blinked. Fringe Lord's proxy. Message. Hero plays rough. Meet or treaty burns. Evan caught her glance at it.
He deleted his own ping without a word.
Shared look, no words needed. Game on. They moved to seals. Veyran claws meshed with human grit, array locked tight. Core hailed all. Signatures viable. Shuttle preps. Protocol holds. But Fringe. Evan pulled schematics, audit their shuttle logs. Find leverage.
She nodded sharp. Crest rose full.
Together, Brass grinned fangs. Humans pivot fast. Deadline loomed. Treaty breathed. Evan's comm lit Lord's face, furious.
Call! You saw Ellie snatched it.
Froze her hollow in frame. Ours now. Evan smiled faint. Rules reset.
Engineering hummed. Joint crew swelled.
Veyron's watched human hands weave fixes. Whispers spread. He earns it. Sayele handed him a tool. Your bypass? Scale it ship-wide? Evan took it. Show me the grid. Claws and fingers meshed. Competence spoke. Titles faded. Fringe threat circled. But protocol stood. Exchange alive. Brask unrolled final schematic. Full system, all hands. Evan leaned in. Sayele beside. Clock ticked. Victory edged closer. But a new alarm pinged. Shuttle bay. Contested docking. Fringe shuttle forcing entry. Sayele hissed. They come now. Evan gripped the schematic. Leverage ready. Her claws tightened on tool. Deploy it. Alliance tested. Station trembled. Sayele thrust the tool into the grid panel. Sparks flew as the bypass locked in. The station shuddered once more, then steadied. Alarms silenced. Evan checked his pad. Shuttle logs spoofed. Their docking codes rejected. They're drifting. Brask barked a laugh, fangs glinting. Leverage deployed. Clean work. Human. Sayele's crest flattened in approval. She turned to Evan, eyes sharp. You earn your place. Join me for the royal meal. Engineering hall to throne room. Protocol demands it. Evan nodded once. No argument. Competence had spoken. He followed her through the corridors. Veyran guards parting like waves. The throne room doors hissed open. Crystal tables gleamed under glow orbs. Courtiers filled the benches. Silk robes jeweled claws tapping stone. Ambassador Kor stood at the head, nodding to Evan. Chief Engineer Brask slid into a seat nearby. Sayele mounted the dais. Servants wheeled in platters. Spiced lumen fruit, coiled protein vines, steaming nectar bowls. The air thickened with savory steam. She raised a claw. Silence fell. Evan Cole joins us. Human envoy. He fixed the fringe breach. Murmurs rippled. Eyes narrowed on his plain jumpsuit amid their finery. Sayele signaled the ritual server. A Veyron in deference robes approached Evan, bowl extended high. The custom loomed clear. Guest kneels, sips from the pourer's claw, pledges loyalty to the crown. Refusal insulted the house, publicly. Evan stood straight. He eyed the bowl. Veyron nectar burned throats, meant to humble outsiders. Courtiers leaned in, crests rising. The server tilted the bowl toward Evan. Kneel, off-worlder, drink and swear. Evan met Sayele's gaze across the table. Her lips curled faint, trap sprung. He smiled thin. Instead of kneeling, he stepped forward, took the bowl from the server's claws. Polite nod. Human custom counters this. Service for service. Gasps echoed. He moved to the central table, poured nectar into Sali's cup first. Deep gold liquid swirled. Princess, your fix today saved the treaty. I pour for you. Her eyes widened a fraction. Crest twitched.
Courtiers froze.
Evan circled the table. Poured for Kor next. Ambassador, your seals held the line. Then Brask. Engineer, your schematics made it possible. He filled every cup, steady hands ignoring stares. Last, he poured for himself and set the bowl down empty. Silence stretched. Sayele's claws flexed on her goblet. She lifted it slow. A trade. Accepted. She drank deep, then stood. All drink. Mutual pledge. No kneel. Competence binds us.
Courtiers hesitated. Brask drank first, grinning.
To pivots. One by one they raised cups. Whispers shifted. He flipped it. No submission. Saili sat beside Evan now, closer than protocol allowed. Old human. Vayrons, pour down hierarchies.
You poured across.
Evan sipped the nectar. Fire bloomed in his chest, but he swallowed even. Humans trade equals. Fixes the grid. Earns the seat. She nodded sharp.
Treaty holds till dawn.
Your bypass scale ship-wide? Brask leaned in, unrolling a hollow grid. Here. Human tweak boosts output 20%. Veyron cores handle the surge.
Evan traced the lines. Link these relays.
Fingers and claws together. Sali's claw brushed his hand as she pointed. No pull-away talk flowed. Lumen fruit passed. Vines uncoiled under shared knives. Core steered to fringe politics. Their lord rages. Your comfrey stung. Sali smirked. Ours now. She handed Evan a vine segment.
Eat. Proves trust.
He bit in, tart juice burst. Spicy. Good pivot from rations. Laughter rippled. Crests eased low. A court aide burst through the doors. Hardline robes, claws clenched around a data slate, complaint filed. Human violates deference ritual. Tribunal challenge. His presence poisons the exchange. Gasps returned. Sali's crest spiked. Who files? The aide thrust the slate. Lord Vexar, fringe ally, demands vote. Expel the human before dawn seal. Core stood. Treaty deadline closes. Tribunal now? Sali's eyes locked on Evan. They test us. Calm. Audit the claim. Show the poor logs.
Service traded fair.
Brask growled. I vouch. Courtiers murmured. Sides formed. Hardliners glared. Engineers nodded. Sali's claw slammed the table. Tribunal assembles.
Here.
Evan speaks for humans. Competence decides. The aide sneered. Titles rule, princess, not off-world tricks. Evan rose. Then watch results. He pulled his pad, linked to the station grid. Hollow bloomed. Bypass humming, power steady. Fringe shuttle adrift. Silence hit again. Sali's gaze met his. Fierce. Game on. Doors sealed. Tribunal began. Votes tallied. Clock ticked toward dawn. Lord Vexar's hollow flickered in. Fury twisted his face. Expel him, Brask countered first. He earned the pour. Fixed the breach. Core added weight. Signatures viable because of it. Sali watched Evan. He stood quiet, pad ready. No bluster. Aides called proxies. Hardliners piled claims. Humans cheat rituals. No deference. Evan spoke once. Run the sim. He triggered the hollow grid. Power surged in projection. Veyron ship fleets boosted by his tweak. Results don't kneel. Courtiers leaned in. Whispers grew. Numbers lie not. Sali's crest rose full. She stood. Votes, tally flashed. Narrow hold. Evan stayed. The aide hissed retreat. Doors hissed open. But Vexar's hollow lingered. Dawn challenge. Real one. Duel of proofs. In the bay. Sali gripped Evan's arm. Claws light.
Evan nodded.
Leverage ready. Station alarms pinged faint. New fringe signal inbound. Alliance sharpened. Dawn loomed. Lord Vexar's hollow snarled. Expel the human now. He mocks our ways. Evan stood firm in the tribunal chamber. Dawn light pierced the viewport. The air hummed with Veyron tension. Crests flared. Princess Sali stepped forward. Her voice cut sharp. No. I testify.
All eyes snapped to her. Evan watched her crest rise high.
She linked her pad to the central hollow. Display logs, she commanded. Hollow bloomed dock breach footage. Evan rappelling down the shattered hull. Lasers danced as he sealed the gash. Fringe drones exploded in the feed. He saved the station, Sali said. Alone. While aides panicked, murmurs rippled. Brask nodded from his seat. Confirmed. Humans sealed it in minutes. Our teams took hours on sims. Vexar hissed. Outsider luck. Sali's gaze flicked to Evan. Fierce. Steady. She swiped the hollow of her father. Recycler schematics unfolded. Evan's reroute glowing green. Power surged across grids. Station light stabilized. Recycler failed core ritual, she pressed. Evan bypassed without chance or titles. Output tripled. Fleets charged. Core leaned in. Data matches. Signatures held because of it. Courtiers whispered. Numbers prove. Fringe inbound, his fixes matter. Vexor pounded his hollow fist. Prejudice? He shows none to us. Saeli straightened. He shows competence. That's enough. Tribunal leads conferred. Claws clicked.
Evan pulled his pad. Ready.
Human, the lead intoned. Speak. Evan stepped up. Linked his pad. Log data here. Full chain. Hollow expanded. Timestamps, power curves, drone kills. Clean lines. No edits. Rescue. 14 minutes. Recycler. 8. No special tools. Standard kit. Grant him protection rights. Shields for the challenge. Evan shook his head. Decline. Equal standards. Gasps echoed. Sali's eyes widened. She gripped her console.
You risk death in our bay? Results speak, Evan said. Protect the station.
Not me. Brask grunted approval. Old. Practical. Vexor laughed cold. Fool. Dawn duel proceeds. Prove or perish.
The lead raised a claw. Final joint demonstration.
Live systems run. Bay core. Partners chosen. Eyes turned. Saeli rose. Chamber froze. Her crest pulsed full challenge. Vexor sputtered. Princess. With the off-worlder? She met his glare. My name stakes on him. Competence decides. Evan nodded once.
Leverage ready.
Fringe signal closed. Hostiles inbound. Tribunal cleared. Bay teams scrambled. Evan followed Saeli through corridors. Her claws clicked fast. You refuse protection, she said low. Why? Equals work best, he replied. Your rituals bind you. Mine free hands. She glanced back. Crest twitched. Curiosity now. Results save stations. He tapped his pad. Fringe hits in 20. Bay doors hissed wide. Core chamber thrummed. Massive recycler heart. Conduits pulsing blue Veron plasma. Brask waved them to consoles. Dual stations. Brask barked. Sync or fail. Overload kills all. Saeli claimed hers. Claws flew over controls. Evan synced opposite. Grids linked.
Challenge. Reroute live under attack. The lead announced via comm. Fringe probes incoming.
Shields drop in 60 play. Vexar's hollow hovered above. Fail, human. Be gone. Evan ignored. Scanned flows. Recycler bottleneck here. Plasma flux unstable. Saeli's console pinged. Ritual chant primes it. Begin? He shook head. Skip. Reroute direct. Your fleet boosts. Scale it.
Her claws paused.
Then moved. Sinking. Probes slammed outer hull. Station shook. Shields flickered red. Courtiers watched via feed. Core's voice crackled. Power dipping. Evan traced lines. Bypass valve 7. Manual override. Zali's crest flared alarm. Risks cascade. Trust the data. He triggered his side. Plasma surged. His tweak hummed. She hesitated. Probes breached dock. Explosions rocked. Now, Evan said. Claws slammed. Bypass engaged. Power spiked green. Recycler roared. Full output flooded grids. Shields rebuilt triple thick. Fringe probes vaporized. Brask whooped. Shields hold. Fleets away, Saeli's console chimed clear. She stared at Evan. It worked. No ritual. Teamwork, he said. Pulled logs. Data sealed. Bay doors burst open. Tribunal flooded in. Vexor's hollow flickered fury to shock. Lead scanned hollow. Joint proof. Alliance recognized. Terms expand. Courtiers bowed crests. Whispers turned cheers. Human competence. Princess-wise. Core gripped Evan's shoulder. Brask clapped Saeli's back.
Bridge built. Vexor vanished.
Silent. Saeli turned to Evan. Claw extended. Not grip, but clasp. Earned.
He clasped back.
Firm. Mutual. Station alarms silenced. Dawn brightened. Fleets streaked out, stronger. But fringe signals multiplied. Deeper threat loomed. Claws itched for more proofs.